They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Tennessee Titans. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the 44, Hurts. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal. And you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
First and goal from the 6. They'll run with Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. He's in for the Eagles touchdown. Richard Rodgers taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Runs over it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. Here's Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A toss right to Henry. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Third and 2, Tannehill. And it's a Titans touchdown. Anthony Ferkser from 6 yards away. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill going to throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. It is Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half. But they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill dancing to his left. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
On first down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a first down throw. Tannehill. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Derrick Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the side. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's Ferkser. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A first down carry for Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Tannehill looking middle, and it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff to Henry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. Eagles are going to hold the football here at their own 35-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4... you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts, rolling to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Sanders. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown. Eagles. Miles Sanders. His second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. A give to Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got this down to the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Henry, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. On the return, Boston Scott. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another run here with Sanders. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Hurts sets up to throw it. Smith with a 1st down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st down, Sanders. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to